To have Anthony stop drinking the butter.
You know who's the biggest bully in Cobra Kai who definitely needs redemption? Anthony LaRusso.
Kick his ass, Dad!
That's right, Daniel's punk kid.
Ghosts are lame.
Forget Kreese, forget Hawk, it's Anthony who's in desperate need of either a redemption arc or a swift karate chop to the face.
My dad knows karate and can kill your dad.
Okay, fine, I'm told I can't condone karate chopping young kids, so let's pull a Cobra Kai and push Anthony off to the side and not speak about him again so that we can focus on the other bullies. Which major Cobra Kai bullies still have a shot at redemption? Let's discuss right now. Hawk has had one of the most fascinating character arcs in all of Cobra Kai.
Prepare to face the fury of the Hawk.
He started off as nerdy, awkward Eli Moskowitz, whose favorite pastime was probably running to avoid getting stuffed in a locker or the nearest trash can. But Johnny Lawrence changed Hawk's life. He embraced Johnny's lesson of flipping the script, and from that, Hawk was born, complete with mohawk and a really painful-looking back tattoo. If things had ended there, that's a great story. But then Hawk turned to the dark side. As his karate prowess continued to grow, Hawk found himself becoming just like the bullies who once tortured him. Only way worse because he now knew fancy karate. Throughout Season 3, we saw Hawk at his lowest, and it looked like he was going to be one of the main antagonists for the rest of the series. But then, of course, the script flipped again. Hawk started to redeem himself in the Season 3 finale and restored his friendship with both Miguel and Dimitri by choosing to fight against Cobra Kai. But things aren't over yet. Hawk still has a ways to go before he can fully be redeemed, and if he's not careful, he could backslide into his old bullying ways in Season 4. John Kreese is the ultimate bully.
What do you think?
The king bully, the bully master. However you phrase it, Kreese is at the very top of the bully food chain, and his toxic masculinity and brutal methods only breed more bullies as time goes on. He's a threat that needs to be stopped. But does the future hold a redemption arc for Kreese? I know that sounds like a radical thought, but hear me out. Cobra Kai has gone to great lengths to redeem all the villains from the Karate Kid movies. Crazy Chosen, who literally tried to kill Daniel, was redeemed, and of course Johnny Lawrence became the Karate Kid's secret protagonist. Why couldn't they do the same thing for Kreese? Here's the logic behind it. A man like Kreese cannot just be beaten. We've seen what happens when he's beaten in the past. He just regathers his strength and comes back stronger than before. No, the only way to truly beat Kreese once and for all is to show him the errors of his ways, and have him make the choice to step away forever. Hey, Creed 2 made Ivan Drago sympathetic by giving him a son, so maybe there's a secret Kreese kid out there and Kreese will reconnect with, and start a slow and steady redemption arc. Tory is one of the most complicated characters in all of Cobra Kai.
Well, Mommy's not here.
The show does a great job in making us absolutely terrified of her and think she's nothing more than a pure bully, but then the show sprinkles in some tidbits about her backstory and her current situation with her sick mother, and you start to at least understand where she's coming from with her tough exterior. She very noticeably did not switch sides like Hawk did at the end of Season 3, leaving her and Robbie as the main Cobra Kai students going forward. But if Hawk can switch sides, why can't Tory? It feels like all Tory really needs is a better mentor to help her with all of her rage issues, because right now, Kreese is definitely feeding off that. She probably feels powerless and helpless because she has to take care of her sick mother who worked so hard in her life that she's trying everything in her power to become stronger so nothing can hurt her. That's a pretty tough cycle to break out of, and no offense to Johnny or Daniel, but they don't seem quite up to the task. This is actually where the next Karate Kid, Julie Pierce, can enter the story. Just like Tory, Julie was a student with a lot of potential but was burdened by rage issues. Maybe Julie can show up in Season 4 and help guide Tory toward a better path. If that happened, it's completely possible that Tory could be redeemed. Kyler was one of the first major antagonists Cobra Kai ever had.
You want another beatdown, Rhea?
He was the first bully that terrorized Miguel, Dimitri, and Eli. In fact, it was because Kyler was bullying Miguel that Johnny stepped in to save him, which kickstarted the whole series. So without Kyler being a bully, we would never have gotten this awesome show. But he's really just the worst in the first half of Season 1. Not only is he a jerk and a bully, but he also says he doesn't like sushi after Daniel spends so much time making it in front of him and telling him how special it was. What a chump. After Miguel stands up to him, Kyler sort of disappears from the story before reappearing in Season 3 as a new Cobra Kai student. His wrestling background helped a lot in giving him an edge in karate, and he once again becomes a threat to Miguel and the rest of Miyagi-Do. But he's also a coward. We've seen him afraid to fight stronger enemies than him, and I think that cowardice can eventually lead to redemption. He's not necessarily a character I want to see redeemed after what he did to all of the main characters in Season 1, but hey, maybe Cobra Kai can change my mind about him. When Robbie was in juvie, he made a new enemy in Shawn.
A sweet, sweet angel.
This was a bully with no remorse for anyone. Shawn and his group of friends would harass and torment every unfortunate soul who got in their way, and this led him to cross paths with Robbie. What unfolded was a mini arc that led to Robbie getting the crud kicked out of him several times before finally earning Shawn's respect in an epic fight. We don't know how long Shawn is in juvie for, but perhaps in Season 4 we could see him released and meet up with Robbie again. This could actually help Robbie's character out a lot. If when Shawn gets out he's able to turn his life around and realize that he was a big bully, maybe Robbie would see that and realize just how much to the dark side he's fallen. When it was revealed that Karate Kid Part 3 antagonist Terry Silver was the young kid in Kreese's Season 3 flashbacks, it seems like a logical next step to assume that Silver was the one who Kreese called in the finale.
Now what are you gonna do about it?
That means Silver will probably be showing up in Season 4. And if he goes through his own redemption arc, maybe it will help Kreese see the light. The two obviously have a special connection, so if the season starts off with them on the same side, only to have Silver realize the error of his ways by helping Kreese, then this could lead to a wake-up call for Kreese. Karate's bad boy has the chance to be redeemed. The other main villain in Karate Kid Part 3 was Mike Barnes, who almost defeated Daniel in the All Valley tournament all those years ago. His story was never really resolved. We see him super angry over losing to Daniel, and that's about it. It's about time Cobra Kai checked in on him to see what he's been up to these last 30 years. He could have a very similar redemption arc as Chosen. He could be reintroduced as an angry, bitter man who's still obsessed over his loss to Daniel, and the show could finally help him move on from all that pain. If Cobra Kai chooses to redeem Mike Barnes, it gives a nice message about how no one is ever irredeemable completely. Cobra Kai has done a great job in showing Johnny's reasoning for turning out the way he did. One of the biggest bullies in Johnny's life was his wealthy former stepfather, Sid, and their hostile relationship has continued throughout the course of the show. Let's be honest, Sid doesn't have a lot of time left here, and would the show really have Sid spend his remaining days as a bully? I think it makes more sense to redeem him a little bit by becoming a bit nicer in his final days. If Johnny and Sid could repair their relationship a little bit, this would not only provide some closure for Johnny's character, but also allow Daniel and Johnny to use Sid's vast resources in their fight against Cobra Kai. Sounds like a win-win, right? The only problem is if Sid is just too set in his ways to ever change. Because looking at him now, yeah, he doesn't seem like he wants to be redeemed. Yeah, all these folks can be redeemed in some way, but Anthony LaRusso? Sorry, there's no chance of redemption for him. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be the big bad of the whole series, so be sure to keep your eye on him. Thanks for watching.